everybody. Welcome back to Same Same But Different. Welcome back to season 2 of Same Same But Different. I'm excited to have Alessia here with us today. So, maybe to begin with, could you give us a little bit of an introduction as to who you are?
Yeah, so I am Alessia Camoirano Bruges, and I'm an Italian Colombian artist and documentary filmmaker, and I live in London right now.
Have you always known or understood that you are bicultural, that you have these two very different cultures in your life?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
It was very gradual, actually. I tuned in with that since I moved to London, to be honest, in the past few years. Before that, I wasn't really aware of it.
Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. So first of all, where were you born?
Yeah, so I was born in Genoa, in Italy.
Okay, and how long did you live there, or did you live there at all?
Yes, the thing is, it was like the base, you know. So we would travel a lot, and we would move to different places, but then we would always go back there.
Okay.
And yeah, my friends, they say to me that they have like these memories of me, like I'm here, and then all of a sudden, like she's not, and then I'm back. I'm like, I go away again.
Wow. Okay. So what are all the places that you actually lived in then?
So I lived a little bit around the Emirates, so different places around the Emirates. Then in Tunisia, to a few places in Tunisia. In Egypt as well, we traveled to different places in Egypt. In Ecuador, we moved around Ecuador as well. Denmark as well, we moved around. God, I forget.
Already, wow.
We stayed just a little bit in Miami, but just like not long. And then Italy, we traveled everywhere in Italy.
Okay, so you moved around Italy, but does that mean that you have never lived in Colombia?
Oh, Colombia. Oh my God.
That too. Okay, wow.
Yes.
How did you feel, and what did you feel like? Did you always feel like the foreigner in a new land, or did you feel like you mixed maybe with the international population there? Like how specifically connected to your sense of cultural belonging?
So when we were actually traveling, the truth is I was very lonely because I was spending most of the time with my mom, and she was homeschooling me. So I didn't really see or play with other kids. We did move to many countries that were not Catholic, and that was the big thing because my mom, she's very Catholic, and she tried to raise me as a Catholic as well.
Okay.
The way that, for example, in Egypt or in Tunisia or in the Emirates, women would dress, it was completely different from the way that it was in Italy. But to me, the standard was actually how women would dress in these other countries rather the actual country where I was born. So what happened? Yes. So to me, the biggest cultural backlash, I think that's the word, was not when I was in other countries that I was not born at, but it was actually my own country. I was a bit confused. I was like, why? What is going on? Like,
Yeah, basically a reverse culture shock because you were kind of more at ease or more used to the surroundings in this third culture where you lived in.
exactly. And that's the thing. I did mention that I spent a lot of time on my own, but at the same time, I did have a nanny. So, and my nanny was Muslim. So you know what I mean? So he was the closest person to me. So that was my reality, actually. And then when I was back in Italy, and I saw, because Italy went through a lot of changes, especially in the past years.
Okay.
So when people were very Islamophobic, I was like, what is going on? Why are you saying this? The people that I care the most, they're not what you're saying. I was just like feeling, very uncomfortable with that.
Do you feel like maybe this kind of cultural upbringing gave you more of an understanding about, or not only an understanding about cultures, but also like an acceptance?
Of course, honestly, the person that I judge the most is myself. I don't really tend to judge other people. I don't judge other people from where they come from, for their skin color, for the language they speak or the language they don't speak. I don't do anything like that. And I think that really helped me with my job as doing documentaries, because
Right.
I am meeting so many different people constantly and hearing so many different stories
Yeah.
and people from so many different cultures. Because what I work mostly is a international documentary, so not just UK, but like international. I've always accepted everyone. I don't see the differences. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that there are differences, and I think it's beautiful that we are different. But at the same time, I don't see a difference as oh my God, like that's, that's so bad. I'm not going to hang out with them because they are this. And
Mhm.
my mind doesn't even process that. I
That's
don't process it.
wonderful. Hmm. But then what is it about people? Like, why do people judge so much? Is it fear? Is it just ignorance? What do you think is the root of the judgment?
I really think you said it. I think it is fear, to be honest, and it is ignorance. I have a practical example. So my partner, he voted for Brexit,
Okay.
and he's English, and he voted for Brexit. And then when he started talking to me, and after a few months, he said to me, "You know what? If I would have met you before, I would have never voted for that."
Oh, wow.
So it is ignorance. It is, and false propaganda as
Mhm.
well.
But wow, so you are such an amazing, beautiful cultural mix. And now, so basically, you've had all these cultures of your own, and now you live in England.
Yes.
So, have you adapted any English cultural traits into your cultural identity?
Tea.
Tea.
I swear to God, I was not like this. I didn't used to drink tea at all.
And then what about, so now when you're living in England, do you see Colombian traits, Italian traits, maybe like Arab traits in you?
Absolutely. I know I'm louder than other people.
Yeah, that's definitely from the South. Aw.
I know that for a fact because I can see sometimes people looking at me and I'm like, there she is again with a megaphone.
That's adorable.
As I adapt so quickly, I
Mhm.
tend to quite often forget, or maybe not forget, but it's more I think about the adaptability. Because, for example, when I go back to Italy
Mhm.
and I see how they're doing the queues, which is not a queue, it's not a queue. I'm not calling that a queue. It's like everyone tries to go on top of each other and whoever gets in first wins. And I'm like, and I'm shocked. I'm like, oh my God, this does not happen in London. How dare you? And I stare at them with anger. So I notice like, oh my God, I'm taking these things from London and I'm
Ah,
putting them here
mhm.
in Italy. And I do the same in Colombia as well. Like you can't even imagine in Colombia. It's like, wow.
But then at the end of the day, would you say kind of being such a cultural mix, is it more a benefit or is it more like just trouble because you're always kind of missing some place?
I really think it's a 50-50 because, I can speak different languages. So
Mhm.
I can actually connect to a lot of people
Yeah.
at the same time. Talking so many languages, sometimes I forget the language that I'm talking, you know?
A tornado is going on inside.
Yeah, I mean, being mixed. The thing it's been also the racism as well. That hit me really hard growing up. I was very confused about it because I could not understand it because in my head, when I was in Italy, I was Italian,
Yeah.
and when I was in Colombia, I was Colombian, and instead for everyone else, it was the other way around. When I was in Colombia, I was Italian, and when I was in Italy, I was Colombian. So I was never really what I thought I was. It was like,
But did that affect you?
yes,
Those
I mean,
experiences?
it was really hard for me to understand who am I.
Mhm. Of course.
Seriously, who am I? That was the big question. Also, because my father, he would say to me that I'm Colombian, but my mother, she would say to me that I'm Italian.
Yeah.
So it was so complicated to actually understand who am I,
Mhm.
where do I come from, and Where is home? It's like,
It's the big question, where is home? And
exactly.
what do you say? Like, what is home now? Where do you belong?
Myself. I have a tattoo here that says, I belong deeply to myself.
I love that.
That's how I feel, really. So
Mhm.
I think there are so many different places and people that they can be home, but I know that ultimately home is this body. Like,
Yeah.
I can't escape it, you know.
I mean, putting it that way makes it very simple to grasp, because it's true. I feel like, especially people who grew up or who are part of many different cultures, it's a very hard question, because just like you explained, it's I had the same. In Egypt, I was considered the foreigner. In Finland, I was considered the foreigner. And then in Dubai, I was, well, I didn't really come from there either. And then you kind of grow up with this inner battle, like, well, what am I? And then, yeah, you spell it out so nicely. I am me. And that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I think it really happened this year when I actually started embracing being Italian and being Colombian, living in
Mhm.
London. And it actually is sparked from, this is not self promotion, by the way, just saying it. It actually started from the collection Belonging that I did. And it was very gradual because I've always painted about identity. So my art, it is about exploring identity and human experiences.
Mhm.
However, the constant that has always been the question of who am I from a cultural point of view? Where is home?
Right.
What do I call home?
Mhm.
Other people who are like me. And it really started from a painting that was called The Valley. And it was more of a conceptual piece because, you know, the valley stands in between the mountains,
Mhm.
like here. But still, it's a dangerous place, you know, floodings and all of that. So I really saw it as a home
Mhm.
from a conceptual point of view. But then from there, I said, who am I culturally? Are
Right.
there other people who are feeling like me? Because I have never met anybody else like that.
Mhm.
So how can I start this? So I started working on this collection, and that's where the change started happening.
Okay.
Because, for example, I met you, you know, and then I met other people who run other pages about third culture kids or being mixed.
Right. Mhm.
And I was like, oh my God, there's so many of us, you know? And
Mhm.
that's the thing, when you turn on the TV or when you're reading articles or anything like that, there's not much about being mixed, you
No,
know what I mean? It's
that's
always
that's
like one or the other. But where is the in between? Where am I? Because it's always this, oh, I have to choose between the Latina character or the Italian character. So I was like, okay, with this collection I want to represent myself, but I also want to represent all the other people who are feeling like me, or people who, and another big part is also my sexuality, because I'm pansexual, and I never really embraced it fully 100% in the terms of this is who I am. I
Mhm.
am not bisexual. I am not lesbian. I am pansexual. Accept it. And if you don't like it, it's really on you. And I've known my sexuality since I think I'm 15 or maybe 14. You know, this collection gave me a way to actually explore all of this
Mhm.
and to write about it and to talk to other people, and then ultimately to know myself better, know that I'm not alone, know that all these other people are not alone, and that we can actually have a conversation about this and it's fine and we're worth it and we're here, and we don't need to hide and say, oh yeah, I'm just one, or have to choose. No, I don't have to choose. I'm not going to choose. End of. Like,
I mean, this is so amazing because it's true. I mean, you bring up so many very valid points. First of all, I have exactly the same experience that growing up, I thought I was some kind of a like a mutant. I was like, well, I'm alone. I'm the only one who's not fully something. And I did feel completely alone. There were no kind of mixed influences in my life. And it's true now through social media, because so many people, to be fair, so many people talk about the negative sides of social media. And I've found a lot of positive sides to social media, meeting so many, like you say, other people who are like us. And I also find it really awesome that you have this passion, which is art, and you are able to deal with such big, heavy topics through art. And you gave a very good segue into into your art. So could you explain to us, because I've heard you use the word fluid art.
So when I was a child, actually, I have this condition where, I mean, I do feel I'm very sensitive and I feel emotions in a very, very, very intense way.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being this way since I am a child. And the thing that also happened was I would experience these emotions in forms of colors. As these emotions are so intense, sometimes they overlap and I do not understand which emotion I am feeling, because probably I am feeling so many emotions in that exact moment that I have no idea which one it is, but I see these colors. So I am feeling anger, right? But it's anger plus jealousy plus love plus, you know, whatever it is. So they start overlapping and they start becoming colors, and I start writing them down. Okay, now I'm seeing this color, now is this color, now is this color, and then I paint about it. Then I started researching what each color could mean according to cultures, according to the color psychology, according to color symbolism, and according to my to memories as well. And it is, you know, eventually you just see the ending product, right? You just see the sort of the fluidity of it. The name itself says it. It's fluid, you know. Being growing up in so many different places, having experienced so much of anxiety, so much depression, so many mood changes, the easiest way for me from a conceptual point of view is fluidity. I am fluid. I am changing every day. I am transforming every day. I am not the same person that I was yesterday, and the person that is going to be here tomorrow is not the same one, and that is that that goes completely down to being fluid. Fluidity allows you not to label yourself. And I just found it so interesting.
That's really amazing. And I find it, like, art in general, it's beautiful to look at. And I love it when there's really a deep meaning behind every piece. And with you, it is that way. Incorporating these cultural issues, the big question, where do I belong? Who am I? What am I feeling? Putting that into your work, that's super. And you also have from time to time lyrics involved.
Yes, I try with most of my artwork to have lyrics. The thing is, as well, they really come at any moment. It can be any moment. Could be 3 a.m., 4 a.m., could be in 10 minutes. It's like they just come. And that's the thing. Again, it really relates to these emotions. I don't know when they will come. I just know they will.
Where can people see your art?
So I have my Instagram where it's like where I post most of my stuff. It's called Intense Art Alessia. And then I have my own website. I have multiple galleries actually. Like I have multiple online galleries. One is We Single Art, local GB artists, SW Gallery.
Okay, and big question, I know, but Alessia, what's the dream?
My dream is stability. It's stability from any point of view, to be honest. I'm not asking for more than that. And it's a big ask, because that's the thing. You need to look, you need to see who you're asking it to, and you're asking it to someone who has mood swings, you know, and moments of very, very intense depression, and moments of like, I am the king of the world. I have superpowers. Look at me. I am smashing it, you know, like, whoa. So what I want is stability, and I am getting there. I am way closer there than I used to be 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, Alessia, like I said, I could talk to you for another 6 hours, but I thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure having you. Also having you as the start of the second season of Same Same But Different. Guys, check out all the links. They will be down below. Check out Alessia's amazing collections and awesome work. It's been a pleasure, a real pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you. I love this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alessia. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe down below for more videos. Thank you and have a great evening. Thank you. Bye.